Hello and welcome to the new prediction show from FDT TV, where we make our predictions for the week and recap on last week's. So we're changing the layout a little bit. We're changing the format of how we're doing it. But we'll start off with a recap of points or recap of our last week's predictions and what the results were. Over to you, Mike.
So I've got a bit of a confession to make. I made a bit of a balls up last week. To be fair, in my defence, I blame you two for going away and leaving me and making me panic for the results. Oh, sorry, for the predictions last week. And apologies for the quality of the show last week. Wasn't up to scratch, so I just want to get that out.
We're not going on holiday again. That's the thing. We're never going away.
That's it. I wish.
I'm going away.
No, you're not.
To be fair, Mike, I could have checked what you were saying was actually correct for once.
Yeah. So no points deducted for me, even though I suggested possible points deduction. Anyway, so we had a few games that we were discussing last week. We had Wolves versus West Ham, Liverpool versus Everton, Arsenal versus Brighton, Bournemouth versus Liverpool, and West Ham versus Arsenal. Just looking at the predictions from the last show, Phil, I'm just going to go through each of these as we each predicted them.
That's
so
fine.
I'll do Phil first, then myself, then you, Ian.
Yep.
So Phil, you had Wolves versus West Ham. You had West Ham down for a 2-1 win. Liverpool Everton, you had a 2-0 win. Arsenal versus Brighton, you said 2-2. Bournemouth versus Liverpool, you had 2-0 to Liverpool. And West Ham versus Arsenal, you had us down as a 2-1. Wolves West Ham, I had Wolves for a 2-1 win. Liverpool Everton 3-1. Arsenal Brighton 2-1. Bournemouth Liverpool was 1-4. And West Ham 1-3. And Ian, you had Wolves West Ham 3-1. Liverpool Everton 3-1. Arsenal Brighton 1-2. Bournemouth Liverpool 2-3, and West Ham Arsenal 1-1. So the points recap. Phil, you had a grand total of 3 points over the two sets of fixtures last week.
Massive.
Ian, you had a total of 6 points for last week.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Sorry to burst your bubble there, mate, but I also had 6 points.
So, what does that leave us on? Or shall we do the grand reveal?
Do the grand reveal.
Can I have a countdown and a go, please?
Right. What are we counting down from?
5.
There you go.
4. 3. 2. 1.
Ta-da! Points have updated.
Yes.
Because that's how we roll.
Got a lot to catch up on.
Yes. So,
yeah, you're not doing too bad considering you're about 6 weeks behind.
Yeah, we just started off slow. We was concerned about other things. So
content for starters.
Yeah, exactly. We're not worried about
New
predictions.
managers.
We're just worried about what we're doing. Well, one of us has sorted that, and we sort of. We'll start off in chronological order. We'll go for Liverpool are playing the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday, and they are versus Watford. So, Phil, can you give us your prediction and a little bit of a rundown of how you think that game's going to go?
Cheers, Ian. Yeah, so I'm going for a nice 3-0 win at Anfield.
Mm-hmm.
A solid home performance again. Watford are in dire straits. I don't see them performing very well. They haven't much going forward, although they have improved under the new manager slightly, which could be some risk, but I don't think they've got the strength to come to Anfield and do anything creative and give us any challenge. I do think we'll rest some people. We have got Club World Cup coming up next week and some more important games. So again, as we did at the weekend, I think we'll rest a few key players. But I think a solid 3-0 win will see us comfortable again.
Very good. So, Mike, what is your prediction for that game?
Plain and simple, I think it's going to be a 4-0. Just to echo everything that Phil said, the Liverpool juggernaut still marches on. even with key players potentially being rested for this game, obviously, because they've got the double fixtures next week for I think it's the Carabao Cup and the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
I still don't think, even with them having a possibly depleted or rested team, I still think that'll be too much for Watford, and I think it'll be 4-0.
Yeah, I'll make you right. I think there's going to be a team of players trying to get in the first team for the week after. So I've gone up even more than you have, Mike. I've gone 6-0. It's painful to say, but it may be Liverpool's year. I mean, I know Phil said it ever since I've known him for like the last 7 years, but
Liverpool fans have been saying it every year, mate, since the 1980s.
Well, the next 2 weeks are going to be pivotal. It all comes down to Leicester playing Man City, and when we go to Leicester, that will is either going to either open the gap even more and be really comfortable for the next year, or it's going to close it up, and we're going to be doing what we did last year a little bit. And start getting very nervy.
If you have a few slip ups and whatnot, it will become much more interesting.
But I don't see us doing slip ups. That's the good thing at the moment. We're just solidly grinding results.
Last year, though, did they?
I was a bit worried at times.
So after that, we've got the late kickoff on Saturday, which is Southampton West Ham. So I'll give us a brief rundown. We've had some talks of Pellegrini being sacked. I don't know why we haven't already done it. What has been said is if he loses on Saturday, then he will be sacked. If he wins, then he will potentially keep his job, which 2 out of 10 isn't good, really, is it? It's not Premier League quality. What's happening at the minute at West Ham reminds me a lot of Avram Grant. Just switching players, playing out of position, just seemingly clueless as to tactical changes in matches, and we got relegated that season, so it's all looking positive while we've still got him. I think that a couple of players are not really showing their worth. Haller being one, Anderson being another. Their hearts don't seem to be in it. So for that reason, I am going for 2-1 Southampton, as we've seen a bit lacklustre recently. And also, I want Pellegrini out. Mike, what would your prediction for that game be?
I've gone for 2-1 West Ham. Now, I know for the last couple of weeks you've been saying that you want Pellegrini out. I think it's very clear from speaking to a few West Ham fans that is the consensus, that you do want him out. I don't see. I think the thing is, after the first half against us earlier this week, it could have been that we were playing so poorly that we did make you guys look good. But there's definitely something there, and it's frustrating for me, and it's frustrating for me being an Arsenal fan, for starters. But I can understand why it's frustrating for you guys as well, because you see a glimpse of it. You saw it against was it Man United? You saw it against Chelsea. There's something there, and I don't know what it is that it doesn't seem to be consistent. However, I think, granted, there was a bit of capitulation on Monday, but I think if you carry the first half that you had into Saturday, and everyone knows it is a massive game for you guys, I think you're going to get a result out of it. I do. So that's why I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham.
Okay, and Phil.
So, following on that amazing positivity from two very frustrated fans.
Shut up. Your prediction don't count.
So, if you look into Southampton, they've been playing well recently. They're getting goals, they're scoring, and at home as well. I think that's gonna be a difference. I know West Ham, you had a great first half against Arsenal, although is that again Arsenal making it easier for yourself? But then you have got the players to do it for some of the game. So I am going to go with Southampton this one. I'm going to 2-0 Southampton, just because I do think that you're going to again have a blip downwards again.
Yeah.
And I think Southampton could be too strong for you.
Well, that's the West Ham way, isn't it? Play well against the boys and then get the games where you think, oh, it should be 3 points at least, and we throw it in the bin. So after that, we'll move on to hopefully some positivity from a man who played for Arsenal. He come to West Ham, played for us. We enjoyed him, and now he's the Arsenal manager. Mike, take us through Arsenal Man City.
This is going to be a massive game for us. Absolutely huge. We can't afford to drop points. I'm going to say my prediction already. I think we are going to drop points. I think we're going to get stuff because this season has already seen that when Man City get beaten, the next team they play, that absolutely stonk them. The positive thing I can say is that for 30 minutes of the game against West Ham earlier this week, we looked like a team that knew how to play football again. There wasn't any sideways passing. It was fluent. It was quick. We did look a threat going forwards, as I said, for like 2/3 of the second half. Mm-hmm. But I still think that we're a long way off our defensive frailties. I think it's all going to come down to if David Luiz plays. I'm going to be completely honest. If David Luiz plays, it's going to be a loss. I'm still going to go with a loss. I think it'll be 4-2 because I think our attacking lineup looked a lot more positive this time around. But I still think Man City are going to have too much for us. I'm going to go for a 2-4.
Okay, and Phil.
So, on a good note, Man City have had some injuries. Their defence is poor of recent. So I think Arsenal will get a goal. But I think Man City are going to get more. I think they've got potent going forward, and they can keep the possession and keep it away from Arsenal, which will keep them running after the ball and tiring themselves out. So overall, I'm going 1-3 to City.
Yeah, I think you've both got some fair points there. Man City have got that defensive frowness about them at the minute. They do concede goals. I think Arsenal will go up early, 1-0 first half, and then Man City will come out and be a different team in the second half. Arsenal will do what they've been doing, fall apart a little bit at the back, and they'll end up losing 3-1. So that's pretty much it for the prediction show. We've recapped last week's predictions.
Mm-hmm.
We've made this week's predictions. Ooh, tune in next.
Do you want to do any more predictions on the? Predictions on the managers?
On the managers.
Yeah.
That's not a bad shout, actually.
That's a good point. I reckon Jurgen Klopp is going to leave and come to West Ham, and we're going to win the league.
And then you woke up.
So we'll have a bonus. We'll have a bonus point up for grabs if you can get the next Arsenal manager. So, do you want to go first?
This is a very, very, very tough one for me. For starters, because I don't know who I want. I don't know. In fact, no, I kind of know who I want, but the board won't do it.
Go on.
I would love Pochettino.
Okay.
So
you'd love Pochettino, but who are you predicting?
I'm predicting it's going to be someone like, well, obviously with who is it? Ancelotti being sacked.
Yep.
There are a lot of talks about him having been tapped up before his sacking, which is potentially a reason why he got sacked. Mm-hmm. I've also heard from other sources that he's going to be, or interviews already lined up, but then in the same conversation, they've also talked about him going to Everton. But I think, I don't know. I really don't know.
Just make a prediction.
All right.
Well, can I jump in? I'm going to say Ancelotti is going to go to Arsenal and Moyes is going to go for Everton.
Oh, hang on, we'll get on to Everton in a minute.
I was getting there early.
Ancelotti for Arsenal for Phil. Mike.
I do have to go for someone different now then.
No, you can go for whoever you like.
I'm going to go Ancelotti.
I was going to go for Ancelotti, but I'm going to go with, you're going to stick with Lumbo to the end of the season.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be my prediction.
Twist.
So Phil, but as you jumped in there so quickly, who's your prediction for Everton manager?
Don't dive right into it.
I won't go.
Give us some suspense.
I'll give you some suspense. Everton. They want to be a big club. Apparently, I was listening to some TalkSport today. They're a sizable club, but they're not a huge club.
Yeah.
They've got amazing money at the moment. They've got good support. They want to move stadium. They want to get to the new stadium by the quayside, and they've got plans. But I don't think they can attract a big manager like Ancelotti at all. I don't think that they've got that possibility in them yet. They're a long project. They need to bring in and invest and bring through the academy, and there's lots to be done. A big job. But I think Moyes knows the club. He was there. He left to go to what was a better team, and at the time he was doing a good job.
Yep.
At Everton. Everton were a lot better place than they are now. So I think he, for me, will be going into that job.
Okay, Mike.
I can't disagree with what Phil said there. In fact, I've got nothing else to add.
So you're going for David Moyes as well?
Yeah, I'll go for David Moyes.
See, I'd like him at West Ham again, to be fair. But I think the owner, as you said, he's got big money, and I think he's likely to throw it at someone who has had success, and he's a well-renowned manager. So I'm going for Ancelotti.
That's the thing. I don't think Ancelotti will go for Everton because Everton haven't done anything, and he's a big team manager.
Yep.
He wants to go to teams to win, to play in Europe, and to do that lot. Everton are a couple of years away from that if he does go there. Arsenal, they're just about still in Europe, and they've got some good players there. You've got a good up front, and he's come from Italy. He's done a lot there. He's a very defensive manager, so he could do quite good to sort your defence issues out.
No, mate, I don't think fucking Harry Houdini could sort out our defensive issues out.
So now we've got another bonus point up for grabs, and we need a yes or no answer for this one.
Is this who can answer the quickest, or
this is no? We'll go round.
Right.
We'll go to Mike first. I think we all know my answer for it anyway. Regardless of result, will Pellegrini still be the manager after Southampton?
No.
So no, he won't be. That's fine.
No.
Phil.
How long after the game are you talking? Minutes, hours, or days?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. After
the
that
game.
is played, like say the next week.
See, I see him staying up until Christmas, and then after Christmas he's gone.
See, I'm going to say no, he's not going to be manager. So it's 2 no's and a yes.
The only reason I'm going to say no is, in fact, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. West Ham, I think, have realised what position that they're in. I'm actually a little bit surprised he didn't get sacked after the Arsenal game. I'm going to be completely honest. But
we can get onto that a bit more in the next bit. So we've made our predictions. We've got some bonus points up for grabs. Did we add on the ones for Ballon d'Or?
No, we
Balloon d'Or.
didn't. So what we'll do then is next week's we will add that on and do a bit of a recap on that as well and go from there. So I mean, I've been Ian. I don't know if you two want to give your own little outro of who you are.
Go on, Phil.
I'm your normal little scouser from the south. I'm Phil.
No, he is. He's tiny.
He's 12'7".
I'm only that big on the camera.
Yeah, and I've been Mike. Thanks very much for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you like what you see. If you've got any suggestions of what you'd like to see, please let us know in the comments. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, so this has been the prediction show, and we'll see you next week.
Hi guys, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. See you next time.